incredible memories celebrating with each of your special moments. In celebration of the 65th Riddles Jewelry anniversary, we will be offering up to 40% off all engagement rings and all diamond fashion jewelry. The excitement doesn't stop there. Riddles Jewelry is also offering 18 months, 0% interest, and $0 down financing on all qualifying purchases. Riddles Jewelry has always been known for incredible customer service, one of the largest selections of engagement rings, and don't forget about the on-site jeweler. Come celebrate with us at Riddles Jewelry, your one-stop diamond shop with exclusive Levian jewelry, Pandora Charm jewelry, and more. All at Riddles inside Gateway Mall.
Tune in every Wednesday night from 9 to 10 p.m. for the Malone Radio Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Don't miss the opportunity to learn about the Malone Community Center's goal to eliminate multi-generational poverty in Lincoln and the surrounding area. It's the Malone Radio Show with Executive Director John Goodwin and Sports Director Mike Hunter every Wednesday night from 9 to 10 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
HealthLink is elevating the human experience with holistic health, weight loss, nutrition, fitness, and wellness solutions. They offer one-on-one health coaching while personalizing nutrition and wellness plans for structure and simplicity. HealthLink provides nutritious foods such as high-protein entrees, meal replacement snacks, and supplements. But that's not all. If you mention 93.7 The Ticket, you'll get a 5% discount on your order and $20 off your first month if you start a HealthLink subscription. Find your missing link with HealthLink today on the southeast corner of 70th and Pioneers or by phone at 402-858-9356.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with Taco Night on Mondays or Whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Old School with DP and J.
There's California money, and it's a different kind of money. Hollywood money just is spent differently because it's turned over and created so in full. And oh, by the way, it's the right kind of money when it comes to, because we're in the era now of name, image, and likeness. Mm-hmm. And the California schools have that better than everybody else.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is 93.7 The Ticket.
Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
Three-time national champion Vershawn Jackson.
Touchdown. Vershawn Jackson, number 34, gets the touchdown. Terrell Farley, defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror, number 43.
And Jake Bakoven.
I've talked to a few cats. They said that Bach got some game, man.
Coming at you live from the Coppels Chevrolet GMC studios in the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer. Here he is, Vershawn Jackson.
All righty, 93.7 The Ticket, the Captain Show, the fastest 2 hours in radio. Today we are live from Buffalo Wings and Rings on 68th and O from 10 to 6. Today is National Wing Day in Buffalo and Wings and Rings 40th anniversary. To celebrate, 40% off traditional wings and 40% off boneless wings all day, excluding smoked wings and Southern fried wings. Also, 3 raffle prizes for showing up. A Coors Light dartboard, 5 wings per week for a year. 10 wings per week for a year. Bob, how that sound?
Oh, that sounds excellent. Maybe people don't know, but I often say buffalo wings are my favorite food. Traditional wings, my preference. Some people like, the boneless, but traditional wings are my favorite. What a better way to celebrate. I mean, you can either celebrate or just come down and eat. I mean, it's 40% off traditional wings and boneless wings. So, I mean, that's great. And then the chance to win 10 wings for a year. I don't know if that'd be great for my health, but I definitely cash in every week if I get it. Because,
I would love 10 wings a week for a year.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll come every Monday.
Yeah, I mean, every weekend, every game day, right? All of that stuff. Yep. There you go. You got me? Yeah. Can you hear me now?
I hear him a little bit
better.
Yeah.
There we go. We'll keep it moving. No, so the 40% off matters, right? And it is a full variety worth. Imagine on your 5-piece, 10-piece, 15-piece. The 15-piece is $20. $20. Except you're getting 40% off. So it drops down to $12.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's a win.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, win. You want the 10-piece? $15. Quick math says 40%, $6 off. $6 off. Like, and I understand that people, they're 5-piece people. I don't know many of them. Like, I don't know many five-piece wings.
Some kids, some babies.
But, right? But the regular going is $8.79. Oh, so you're going to drop that for me. You're going to drop $3 off of that. All of that, right? Now, I'm going to get me some 40% off wings. But I'm also going to get the traditional Southern. Like, when they put that extra work in, I'm good. They even have veggie wings, vegan wings, gluten-free wings. There's something for everybody. Plus the traditional menu, and that's always just stacked with goodness. So come on down. I think we're going to add to the pie that if you come down and register, Jake, do we have the raffle box, wherever that is, right?
A raffle box.
The raffle box for you to put in. You can put in a business card. You can fill out the forms. Do you have forms? So we have forms and business cards. We'll accept both today. Because we're going to add to. So along with all the prizes they have, we're going to add to that. We're going to add a signed I'm on Green jersey.
Oh, there you go.
Right? And that's just come down. But you have to come down while we're here. Come down, offer a fist bump, high five, whatever it is you do. And then come on through. So, it's going to be a fun day.
Yeah, and it's interesting too. I mean, we couldn't have set this up any better. Myself and Terrell were celebrity judges for a wing contest, Wing Fest, which was great. Held down at Haymarket Park, about a month and a half ago, whatever it was. And so we tried 18 different wings from around the city.
Yeah.
We did not know. It was a blind test. We did not know. There were some other celebrity judges there, about 5 of us. We put all our best scores together. We said, all right, this is the one that we think is the best. And it was Buffalo Wings and Rings. A blind test. We did not know. There's no bias just because we happen to be friends, come down here. But so it was just, that's the quality of wing that you are getting 40% off, by the way. Definitely, at least according to us, according to our poll, the best wings in Lincoln.
Yeah, so come check them out. Buffalo Wild and Rings 40th anniversary, and today is National Wing Day. Bach, DP, Big Boss, you know how we do it.
Let's get it.
All right, so I got 5 tag team champions of the past. I had to add another one because I had to add
you're
another
cheating
one.
already. You're cheating already. Okay.
Bach, you want to write them down because you're going to need a little piece of paper to tell them? All right, team number 1, Road Warriors. Animal and Hawk.
Well,
they scared you by coming out. They just scared you by coming out, just coming to the ring.
What a rush.
These 2 guys right here, the Bushwhackers.
Oh, the Bushwhackers.
The Bushwhackers.
Luke was my favorite.
Often imitated.
Yes.
Often imitated.
Yes.
The next 2,
Huh?
APA.
Okay. Okay.
Ron Simmons.
2 bangers.
Yeah.
2 bangers. Fair. Here we go.
The Steiner Brothers.
Oh, there you go.
Back in the news, a great feature from WWE on the Steiner Brothers. If you haven't caught it, A&E runs it. every Sunday night, and you can find it online. But a really good 1-hour feature on the Steiner brothers.
The only thing that might take them away a little bit here is those Michigan, those Michigan's.
Well, you know,
yeah, all right.
yeah, you are who you are.
Yeah,
you
that's
are
right.
who you are. You're from where you're from. You can't really do anything about
One more.
Huh?
Tony Atlas and Rocky Johnson.
The Soul Patrol.
Mm.
The Soul Patrol with Rocky Soul Man Johnson. Okay. So what's the choice? We only get one, or we what do
We have
you
to
ask?
eliminate one, is what
You have to eliminate
historically
one.
done.
Oh, for me, this one's kind of easy because you can't tell the story of tag team wrestling without any of these except the Bushwhackers.
Yeah.
You could tell Butch and Luke. I love Butch and Luke.
Yeah.
Had a softball team that we actually named the Bushwhackers. And if you hit a bomb, you walked off like Luke with the arms pumping. You had to stick your tongue out and march back from home plate to the dugout. But as far as tag team wrestling, the only ones that you could tell the story of tag team wrestling without is Butch and Luke.
And they did make the WWE Hall of Fame a few years ago.
Uh-huh.
So you know they're credible, I suppose, in this. But yeah, they're more. They didn't seem to be an overwhelming tag team. You know, it was more of the entertainment side, I suppose, than strength, brawn. Like that team's just gonna clock it.
Well, they were heels first, and then they became fan favorites. So that was kind of their evolution. Was they went from, it's kind of the R-Truth. He was the bad guy, kind of a bully, and then he just became lovable. And so people were like, okay, well, let's just turn it. So yeah, I think that's the right play. I mean, they were champions, longevity. They were also trainers. Did a really good job of raising other wrestlers. So yeah, Farley, I'm going to say everybody else is in consideration for the Mount Rushmore. I'm just not sure Luke and Butch are.
Let's say three then. Bushwhackers are out. It's Ward Warriors, APA, Steiner Brothers, and Tony Atlas and Rocky Johnson. You got to take one out.
APA.
Mm.
APA.
Damn.
Yeah. Damn. Right. Like you didn't. Again, Rocky and Tony Atlas were the first black tag team champions. And it was a big deal, especially in that era. You're talking 70s, right? It was a different time. So for them to elevate themselves was a big deal. Now, they got in their own way. Matter of fact, they broke themselves up.
Mm.
There are so many stories of Tony Atlas and Rocky Johnson fighting each other in the locker room. Before and after fights. Yeah, before and after fights. Before they went to the ring and after they went to the ring, they would fight each other. But they are historical. The Road Warriors, historical. In a full sense, right? So Steiner's exceptional. Farley?
Yeah.
Me?
Taking two out of the fold.
Take two out of
Got to take two out.
Okay. First of all, I'm gonna go with I'm probably making a mistake, but just looking at APA, Steiner Brothers, Road Warriors, I got to take out the Iron Sheik, Ivan and Nikita Koloff.
What was their name? Didn't they have a name, Bach?
I'm not sure.
USSR.
Yeah.
But I'll probably have to take.
And real talk, the Iron Sheik was the original Hakutua guy. Because he always did it to the U.S. flag.
Oh, that's right.
He always did it to the U.S. flag. He would come in, he would say what he was going to say, then spit on the flag, and then Nikita Koloff would sing that terrible Russian anthem that wasn't really a Russian anthem, but he convinced half of America that this is what the Russian national anthem sound like.
Now, Jake this morning said something about the Canadian national anthem, but I didn't give it to you. Oh, Canada, oh, Canada. See, I didn't give it to you.
You had to learn that. You had to learn that in the CFL, right?
Yeah.
Because you had to stand there.
I didn't have to learn it, but you just.
Well, you hear it enough.
You hear it enough.
Right.
Like the thing about CFL football, it was kind of funny because I'm getting off page for a minute.
That's all right, yeah.
Because their Thanksgiving was in October. And that was kind of different to me.
Yeah.
So, I learned that anthem and learned a lot of more things in Canada. But yeah, if I had to go with anybody, it'd be the Iron Sheik and Ivan and probably the Bushwhackers. The Road Warriors, solid.
Solid.
Mm-hmm.
APA, solid.
Hmm?
The Steiner brothers, solid.
Who's your but then who is your Mount Rushmore of tag team wrestling? You only get 4.
Oh man, I have to
and
go.
that's every alliance. So you can go across the border, you can cross walls. Best 4.
The Rock and Roll Express.
Okay. Ricky.
Ricky and Steamboat. Ooh, that's hard. The Road Warriors.
Okay.
Man, who was the 4 horsemen? Arn and
Ole.
Yeah, Ole Anderson.
Arn and Ole. It started with the Minnesota Wrecking Crew, but then it became quickly Arn and Ole rather than Ole and Gene Anderson.
DX.
DX, you consider factions, right? Factions are
DX,
included in this
because they had a long run.
They had a great run.
A great one. Ooh.
Bach, who jumps to mind? Because
Bubba Ray and Devon Dudley. I love the Dudley boys.
Okay.
Especially in that era. That's kind of my favorite tag team era was with the Hardys, the Dudleys, and then Edge and Christian. Really kind of elevated tag teams, at least into kind of a hardcore era, I suppose, for tag team.
Listen, text line, y'all are wild. So please don't forget the British Bulldogs.
Yeah,
Nope,
British.
Exceptional. Davey Boy Smith. Again, they had some strife and
the Heart
issue.
Who was that?
Yeah, the Heart Foundation.
Oh yeah.
The Heart Foundation.
Yeah.
Say,
Bret
hey,
Hart
fellas, from the text line, hey, casually listening on a Monday, did I hear correctly there were no Killer Bees or Strike Force? Yeah, that's like the Killer Bees, but Brunzell and Gagne?
I don't know.
Were those the Killer Bees, right? Jim Brunzell. Demolition was an offshoot of the Road Warriors. That's full. I'll say this, because here's the problem with when you add factions, because every faction is better than just 2, because you have the third person. Like literally the third person. The Freebirds as a tag team, Buddy Rogers and Terry Gordy were good enough to be on the Mount Rushmore. Add Michael Hayes as the mouthpiece and the entertainer, they're really good, especially in Georgia. If you have the Midnight Express, then you almost have to have the Midnight Express. If you have the Rock and Roll Express, you have to have the Midnight Express.
Mm-hmm.
Like you literally have to have the Midnight Express, and any version, probably the first version of it. I'm old school, so each of us fall in our like. Farley's a Georgia Championship Wrestling guy, so most of his are from that era. I go back to this. The Wild Samoans were as good a tag team as there was. Like, they had to create people to beat the Wild Samoans. And then historically, we know the chain of family that came through the Wild Samoans. Road Warriors, because they're just that exceptional. They're just that dang good. You talk about DX, but I always thought the New Age Outlaws were actually a better tag team. I actually thought they were a better tag team. Any version of the Horsemen, because if you give me Flair and I liked Flair and Arn. Like if I was going to be in a fight, Flair and Arn were the ones I wanted. Okay, that's the fight. They went through different versions. I think that's as good as I can get. That
I would put AP up. I would put Terry Bradshaw and Ron Simmons up there. Because
you said Terry Bradshaw. I was like, yeah, Terry Bradshaw would be really mad about this.
What's his name?
John Bradshaw.
John Layfield Bradfield.
Okay.
Bradshaw.
Yeah,
he was, and his legacy makes me look at, because his dad was in a really good tag team. The Blackjacks.
Yeah.
Blackjack Lanza and Blackjack Mulligan in the 60s and 70s were as good as anybody. The Valentine brothers.
Yeah.
The Valiant brothers were exceptional. Kane Undertaker, you're absolutely right. Superpowers. Dusty Rhodes and Magnum TA. There's no tag team that sold out a building like Dusty Rhodes and Magnum TA. And then Dusty with Nikita Koloff when they became Superpowers. So tag team work is really difficult because it's wide ranging. the Rock and Sock connection, right?
yeah.
I mean, come on, Mankind and any like the fact that you got Mankind to tag with anybody.
But that's tough because sometimes they'll even do that now, where you'll pair like two of the top stars, and it's just something for them to do,
and it doesn't work.
And
yeah,
it doesn't
work.
You're just kind of like, well, yeah, of course
What
you put
about
two stars together.
Sting and Luger?
Sting and Luger, I liked. I'm the guy you mentioned earlier was one of my favorite tag teams. Ricky Steamboat and Jay Youngblood back in the Mid-Atlantic days were, again, you talk about, they outsold the Rock and Roll Express because this was young Rick Steamboat and Jay Youngblood, and they were both tan and long hair and good looking and well built, and everybody, the girls would just all flock to it, right? They'd all flock to it. Yeah, that Sting and Luger was on the text line. Demolition. Here's the thing. Yeah, Tom Petty sucks. You're right. The Hardy brothers, absolutely. Crossed over. Christian and Edge, I mean, for sheer performance in the ring, I'm not sure there's anybody better than Christian and Edge, and any facet of how they came to, because they went all the way. Remember, they're part of the with Mongrel. Then with the Brood, that's what it was.
The Brood, yeah.
Then the Christian and Edge, the heels. Then they went face, and then they went pure entertainment.
Yeah, comedies
like Strike a Pose, and their vignettes were as good as anybody. So that's pretty good. I mean, I think the text line. I think we got a lot.
How about DDP and Karl Malone?
One
One of my favorite wrestlers.
So
matches,
good.
but,
The Rock and Sock connection.
Yeah,
Yes,
with Mankind and the Rock. Yeah, the
Mega Powers.
Yeah, that was the Mega Powers was
Macho Man and
Macho and Hogan.
Yeah.
But then who did Ultimate Warrior tag with ultimately? Was it Hogan or was it Macho Man? He tagged with somebody. The Dudley Boys get the table, iconic in it. Here's the thing. Who are the standard setters for tag team wrestling? Right? Whether it's personality, whether it's longevity of reign. Back in the old days, you got the tag team belts. You kept them for a while.
The Legion of Doom.
Legion of Doom kept it everywhere. That's why they're the GOATs. Road Warriors are the GOATs. Everybody is measured to them. Then in another tier, there's Rock and Roll Express, Midnight Express, Hardy Boys, and then I think under that is everybody else we're mentioning.
So I'm down to my top 5 on this list.
Okay,
so
give it
I'm
to
going to
me.
read these top 5
Give
off.
it to me.
Number 5, the Dudley Boys.
Okay.
one group that didn't get better with a third. Spike didn't help much.
Yeah, right. Spike didn't help anything.
But he was good at digging hits. But
Yeah.
Stacy
Number 4.
Keibler helped a little bit.
Yes.
I like that. But
Number 4, Edge and Christian.
there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 3, the Hart Foundation.
Mentioned that one.
Yep.
Number 2, the Hardy Boys.
I'm not mad at that.
And number 1, the New Day.
Yeah. All right. Modern day.
This must
No.
They got them the New Day. Who's you see these guys right here?
Yeah, no, I love the New Day.
These must be new guys.
No,
They're modern guys. Yeah.
you don't.
But they've
know
been
the New
around
Day?
for about 10 years.
I haven't. I stopped watching wrestling when his daughter and Triple H started
Stephanie
running
McMahon and
things,
Triple
and
H,
I
yeah.
think I just because WWF used to be like a soap opera. I mean, every Monday night you're ready for Raw.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, every Monday night, and it was like Days of Our Lives, but it came on at night. So I liked it then, and then when they started letting the bad guys run it, and that's when I stopped. Because I told you I don't like bad guys like that.
Yeah.
You know, like.
But Bach loves them.
I love the heels. I cheer for them.
See,
Get the
that's
crowd
why you
going
two,
against
you
them.
two need to watch
So
it
when you
together.
watch, when you watch Superman, you cheer for Lex Luger, huh?
I'm not a big Superman fan. I'm a Batman fan, but I love the Batman villains. That's why I love Batman more than anybody.
That is Bach. Who hurt you, Bach? Who hurt you? That's what I add. That's what.
I think villains make. I think it makes it so much more interesting. Like a good guy's just, especially in wrestling, put a smile on, say the crowd, do a good guy promo. It's easy to get somebody to hate you, to get real heat. I think that's more of an art.
Since you're a villain guy, best villain in Batman, the Penguin or the Joker?
I actually more of a like a Clayface guy. I don't know if you remember him or
No, Bob. You gotta
Scarecrow.
answer
But if
the
you want one
question
of
now.
the main guys, Joker's definitely taken over recently with all the different iterations of them that they've done.
But the Riddler was always
The Riddler's a good one.
the smarter.
Riddle me this, Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and it didn't matter. Like, I mean, you think about it, that no
I
matter
love
who played the
Two-Face,
Riddlers,
man.
you have to be really talented.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Like, you have
think
to be
Jim
talented.
Carrey played
Jim
it.
Carrey crushed it.
Yeah.
Absolutely crushed it. I'm old enough to remember the late great Frank Gorshin playing the Riddler on the Batman TV shows. And then, if you ever really want to laugh, go back and watch the Batman movies from the 60s and 70s. They're terrible, but they're so terrible. They're so terrible. They're entertaining.
Yes.
Now, I forgot what I was going to say. Go ahead, Bob. I got to think about this again. 'Cause it was on the tip of my tongue.
Well, you know what, guys? We've been talking wrestling. We've talked a little bit of Batman. We probably should go to break. We are live from Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th. We'll get a little sports talk in as well. We're out here until 6 o'clock. Of course, this show until 12 o'clock. Doors open at 11. 40% off today. Today is National Wing Day and Buffalo Wings and Rings 40th anniversary. So like I say, 40% off traditional and boneless wings all day today. 3 raffle prizes just for showing up. Coors Light, dartboard, 5 wings per week for a year, 10 wings per week for a year as well, and an Amon Green signed jersey we threw in. Come join us at 11 in throughout the day for some wings and sports talk. We'll be back right after this.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. And Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just the professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends. For over 15 years, Integrated Life Choices has empowered individuals with disabilities in Lincoln and throughout Nebraska. They provide comprehensive services from group homes and independent living services to job training, ensuring fulfilling lives for those that they serve. Now, they're inviting you to join their mission. If you're passionate about making a difference in the lives of people with developmental disabilities, explore rewarding career opportunities with them. Learn more about their services and apply today at www.ilc.net. Be a part of Integrated Life Choices, where your work truly changes lives.
Everyone should have a collection of something. For some, it's stamps or coins, expensive cars, or even watches. But for a lot of people, it's sports cards. And there's no better way to grow your collection than with the help of Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's first and only collector-first sports cards and memorabilia shop. Capital City Sports Cards connects collectors of all ages and demographics with unique collectibles sure to bring any collection to life, no matter the budget. Visit Capital City Sports Cards near 56th and Old Cheney or through their eBay storefront. Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's premier sports card and memorabilia store. When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake. Ready to score big with your projects? Look no further than Edward Stone, the MVP of natural stone for over 2 decades. Edward Stone is cranking out over 30,000 square feet every week and offers a winning lineup of over 70 quality natural veneer stone selections. Their unbeatable variety and experienced team will ensure your project is a success, whether it's a home renovation or a commercial build. And hey, they're not just about stone. They've got an all-star lineup of fireplaces, cast stone, brick, and much more. Swing by one of their locations in Lincoln or Omaha today and experience the Edward Stone difference, your reliable choice for over 20 years.
Ironhide Construction is a Nebraska-based general contracting and steel construction firm. Their expert team is experienced in building innovative construction solutions across several industries. While they were previously known for their extensive experience in steel erection and metal buildings, they've continued to evolve over the last several years into a full-service general contracting firm. They take pride in their commitment to quality, cutting-edge technology, and having a passion for what they do. For more information about their services or to discuss an upcoming project, visit www.ironhideconstruction.com or call 402-420-4961.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
I'm softball player Jordy Ball, and I'm proud of my Nebraska roots, and I'm proud to be back home. And at Midwest Bank, they're proud to be your local community bank. They believe in family first, taking initiative, showing integrity, and rolling up their sleeves to support their local communities. They treat everyone like family, no matter where you're from. Whether you walk into a branch in York, Lincoln, Norfolk, or Pierce, you know you're going to be welcomed with a smile. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank.
Prashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Back with Vershawn Jackson, powered by Bauer, on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Yes, 93.7 The Ticket. We are live from Buffalo Wings and Rings on 68th and O. Today is National Wing Day and Buffalo and Rings 40th anniversary. To celebrate, 40% off traditional wings, 40% off boneless wings, excluding smoked wings and southern fried wings. Also, 3 raffle prizes just for showing up. Of course, like dartboard, 5 wings per week for a year, 10 wings per week for a year. But now I was talking to Ben, and me and Ben don't have too many conversations, but we had a good one today. Him and DP did something over the weekend that I liked, and that I was kind of shocked because Herbie wasn't in it, wasn't in the conversation. Little Red is inducted into the Mascot Hall of Fame, and people don't like Little Red, but I'm right. But I'm gonna be that guy to stick up for Little Red because I think Little Red probably started in 1995 or 96.
Yeah, right around then.
But Little Red is for the kids. I mean, Herbie he's old, and I think that Little Red is the new generation of the Huskers. People don't like him because he don't talk and he just bops around. But, you know, I think that's great. Maybe I need to get an autograph session with me and Little Red so we can sign 2 Hall of Famers.
Go ahead with your bad self. Go ahead with your bad self, Farley. Go ahead and drop that.
Like Little
Red. Cap, baby. Go ahead. I'm proud of how you flew that one in there, man. You know, not everybody can say Hall of Famer Terrell Farley. Like everybody, listen, man.
I'm still getting used to it.
No, you earn those are the rules. That if you are in the Hall of Fame, your name, it's like a doctor.
Yeah, that's right.
It's a rule. So you are officially and forever, eternally Hall of Famer Terrell Farley, and we have to address you as such. And if not, there should be punishment. Now the other side of this thing is that there should be punishment.
Your mic, Bob.
Right? Get it together. But here is the part because I asked if that was an age thing, that young people seem to love Little Red more than older folks. And Ben said, yeah, pretty much if the students were polled, that the students would be Team Little Red. And so you do the deep dive. And I can't say that I know all of Husker history like that. So I'm left to deep dive and go and find out the truth. Well, I went, wait a minute. So he was created. So Herbie was around before Little Red.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's the thing. He's evolved, but he wasn't around for the Devaney championships. He was only around for the Coach Osborne championships.
Mm-hmm.
But he was there first. So there were years where there was no national championship under Herbie. Fast forward to 1993, they create Little Red, activate him in 1993. 94, 95, and 97, they immediately win championships under, look, you brought in Little Red, and he created it. Then there are, in the National Mascot Hall of Fame, all sports, all engaged, there are 34 mascots in the Mascot Hall of Fame. 34. In 1999, Little Red was voted National Mascot of the Year, and then inducted into the Mascot Hall of Fame. Not Herbie, Little Red. Little Red. When you go to the website of the National Mascot Hall of Fame, on the front page and with a full one-page profile is Hall of Famer Little Red. And you just have to listen. Stop tripping. This may be the real curse. People think Little Red is the curse. Maybe the curse is not honoring Little Red. Maybe the curse is, look, I gave you Little Red, and then you won 3 national titles, and then you start to blaspheme Little Red when he got in the Hall of Fame. No.
Amen. Amen, gentlemen. Amen. I've been on this rock for years.
Well, Herbie looks scary. I mean, he needs a redo, like a remake.
Well, they did it, and they redid him this year or last year. And they tried to connect him more to the majority of Nebraska. Now, okay, that's a whole other discussion.
He needs to age.
That's a whole other thing. No, listen, blonde hair, blue-eyed Herbie Husker.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. But if you're talking about it being a Husker thing versus a Husker athletics thing, probably be careful in your messaging. Just going to say it. Be careful. Second of all, Herbie has not been inducted in the Hall of Fame. He hasn't been given that sort of accolade. He hasn't been given that sort of credit. He did in fact win the National Mascot of the Year for 1 year, but he is not in the Hall of Fame. And that honor only goes to Hall of Famer Little Red.
Yeah.
So
look, they are on Little Red. Tom Petty Suck says Little Red needs to meet a rusty.
No. Put some again. This is the disrespect.
Yeah. Eric, Little Red needs to be sacrificed at the 50-yard line.
There is a belief. There's a portion of Husker Nation that believes he needs to be sacrificed because they believe the struggles in football are connected somehow to Little Red. Something needs to be done.
Give me a logical reason how that is. Again, I just gave you fact.
Right.
The facts are created after Herbie Husker, created in 1993, and then you won 3 out of the next 4 national titles, and is by every account, by every vote, by every metric, a Hall of Fame mascot. Right? So explain to me why you would choose to sacrifice a Hall of Famer.
Well, you can't sacrifice your 4th favorite child. You got to sacrifice the child, right? If you're going to sacrifice traditionally, then
stop sacrificing your kids. What is happening?
I'm saying a sacrifice traditionally isn't like go out and find the worst on the team. And
y'all say this so casually. I am Frank Farley. Can you ever fathom mouthing the words, I'm going to sacrifice my child. No, stop it.
Only in Nebraska, huh? I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not neither for or against Little Red.
Box from Nebraska. He
That's
said
right.
it.
Oh man,
I'm not majorly for or against Little Red. I think he's good for the kids. Like I said, he's not. To me, he's still not Herbie though. Herbie has at least at one time or a few times he's gone through some transition changes, but he's been the logo for Nebraska. You couldn't put Little Red as the logo; you'd look silly.
I love Little Red. Have you seen Herbie?
Yeah.
Okay. Like from the full transition, and it led us all the way back to all of the original mascots. So Herbie was not the original mascot. If you told me that you were going to go to Mr. Big Red, because that's the real, like in the 70s and early 80s, Mr. Big Red with the big, huge brim hat and the blazer is way more Husker-esque to me. You haven't figured out whether you're Huskers, corn Huskers. Like it's a whole bunch of other stuff. Like
That's right.
Mr. Who?
Mr. Big Red.
I never heard of it.
You never heard
Look him up.
Again,
Have you heard of Harry Husker? He used to be a mascot.
I heard of Harry Husker.
Okay.
But you say Mr. Big Red. Oh man.
I'm just gonna say it. He was born in 1993. They then went on to win national championships. Not a coincidence. Not a coincidence. And listen, I don't care what your opinion is. I'm giving you facts. The facts are he's a Hall of Famer. So put some respect on that man's name. His name is Hall of Famer Little Red. Everybody else, look, if you're not a Hall of Famer, you should probably be respectful and address that man as Hall of Famer Little Red. And then the rest of it, I'll pull up the picture of Mr. Big Red back in the day. Look, we could go, but you could go back to Bug Eaters. You could go back to the Rattlesnake Boys. You can go back. There's a whole line of.
With that giant hat, you look like you're in line maybe for a mascot opportunity.
Yeah, hey, make it happen. Look, I certainly dance better than they do. Even still, I could still get out.
Can you hop on your head? That's what Little Red's got. That's his move.
Inside the costume.
So what's Herbie good for? Riding on the back of a motorcycle, shooting hot dogs in the air?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Well, some universities have several mascots. The mascot for Purdue is not Purdue Pete. The mascot is the train. That's the mascot. But the athletics department has Purdue Pete. That's not the university mascot. The university mascot is the train. So listen, figure out a way to honor your greats and to say that the entire country honored Little Red. Nebraska should too. That's all I'm saying.
Best mascot in college football.
See, I like the live mascots. I mean, I love getting in suits and everything. But,
Florida State,
but UGA,
UGA,
those types of mascots. Ralphie,
USC,
Traveler,
Bevo,
yeah,
got to be be even though I don't know what the War Eagles name is, but Smokey's a great one. I love
Smokey. That's Tennessee.
That's Tennessee.
The Bayou Bengal.
Mike the Tiger.
Mike the Tiger is actually. He didn't bite me, which is why he's on my list. We were down there for a night game, and that's another conversation you can have about the great venues, right? That LSU at night is top notch.
That's probably my top bucket list item.
It's top notch. That they and Penn State, Whiteout, Notre Dame, anybody big, A&M, and Between the Hedges. Those are kind of the 5 immaculate football environments, and that would be one. I mean, Farley, have you been to a Georgia game?
I've been to an Auburn game.
Right. That it's different.
Yeah.
LSU during the day, different than LSU at night. Bayou at night is, oh my goodness gracious, buckle up. And we got to go up to him, and the guy says, "You can pet," and I thought, okay, I'm going to be the guy.
Yeah.
I'm going to be the guy. Like, I'm going to be the one guy that they said pet the tiger, and my dumb butt pets the tiger, and the tiger decides, I don't like you. And they go, hey, did y'all hear? DP got his arm bit off by Mike the Tiger.
See, for me, if I'm that close to a tiger, You know, it's like you could say you touched Mike the Tiger. I'll just say I saw Mike the Tiger. I'll just say I saw him.
Well, that was. Here's the thing: with white people, black people would wave. They would go, "No, I'm cool."
Yeah.
But the white people were touching it, so I kind of felt like, okay, if the white people are touching the tiger, I can touch the tiger.
No, I'm not. Unless he got a harness on his mouth. And something on his arms.
Bevo
clawed me to death.
Bevo put me in more danger than Mike did. Bevo decided he was not having a good day.
Yeah, I would.
He decided he was not having a good day, and he's got the horns, and them horns are legit.
Yeah, remember he went after Uga a few years ago.
Yeah, like it's legit. So
what was this game?
Georgia and Texas. He went. He charged.
I think one.
Ralphie.
I think Ralphie.
Ralphie.
I think the year we played Colorado in Colorado, that was probably one of the most amazing things I ever seen in a live football game, to see a Buffalo run down the field, and how many guys were trying to hold it because he was dragging them. They wouldn't hold it. They wasn't trained. They wasn't trying to stop him.
Right.
He was dragging them.
Right.
And Coach Osborne, he met up with the thing and he pointed that way.
Get out of here, Buffalo.
Yeah, and that's a memorable picture. But at the same time, Coach Osborne don't know he could have got ran over and flattened. So at the same time, but there's a lot of great mascots out there. And like I said, the one in Auburn, the way they get
the War Eagle to fly
down there and scoop up and go back, that's an amazing thing. But
the Swamp is top 10, Big Slim. The Swamp is top 10.
If Florida's good, some of these really depend on how good the teams are.
Yeah, sometimes the mascot's better. Like sometimes it's better. I'm amazed. So do you know the name? We're going to do a trivia thing to name Alabama. Do you know the name of Alabama's mascot?
Oh, what I do, but it's not in the front of my head.
Yeah,
not Big Al.
Like we went,
might have been.
We went through all the. Do you know all the Big Ten? Not the mascot, not the name. So it's the USC Trojans, but what's the name of the Trojan?
Right.
Like, do you know all the Big Ten mascots?
I know Traveler because I got close to Traveler. So that sticks in my mind.
Who is Traveler for what?
That's the USC mascot.
Oh, I probably would have called him. What's the guy from 300?
Sparta.
Yeah.
Leonidas. We are Sparta.
We are live from Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68 to know. We're due for another break, having some fun talking some sports and some of the surroundings of the sports and mascots and stuff. Plenty more sports talk to come. Again, 40% off traditional and boneless wings today. And we open up. Buffalo Wings and Rings opens up in about 7 minutes. So you're going to get here. 93.7 The Ticket will be here until 6, and we'll be back right here on The Captain on 93.7 The Ticket.
Riddles Jewelry is excited to be celebrating 65 years. 65 years of so many incredible memories celebrating with each of your special moments. In celebration of the 65th Riddles Jewelry anniversary, we will be offering up to 40% off all engagement rings and all diamond fashion jewelry. The excitement doesn't stop there. Riddles Jewelry is also offering 18 months, 0% interest and $0 down financing on all qualifying purchases. Riddles Jewelry has always been known for incredible customer service, one of the largest selections of engagement rings, and don't forget about the on-site jeweler. Come celebrate with us at Riddles Jewelry, your one-stop diamond shop with exclusive Levian jewelry, Pandora Charm jewelry, and more. All at Riddles inside Gateway Mall.
HealthLink is elevating the human experience with holistic health, weight loss, nutrition, fitness, and wellness solutions. They offer one-on-one health coaching while personalizing nutrition and wellness plans for structure and simplicity. HealthLink provides nutritious foods such as high-protein entrees, meal replacement snacks, and supplements. But that's not all. If you mention 93.7 The Ticket, you'll get a 5% discount on your order and $20 off your first month if you start a HealthLink subscription. Find your missing link with HealthLink today on the southeast corner of 70th and Pioneers or by phone at 402-858-9356.
Ready to score big with your projects? Look no further than Edward Stone, the MVP of natural stone for over 2 decades. Edward Stone is cranking out over 30,000 square feet every week and offers a winning lineup of over 70 quality natural veneer stone selections. Their unbeatable variety and experienced team will ensure your project is a success, whether it's a home renovation or a commercial build. And hey, they're not just about stone. They've got an all-star lineup of fireplaces, cast stone, brick, and much more. Swing by one of their locations in Lincoln or Omaha today and experience the Edward Stone difference, your reliable choice for over 20 years.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Problem gambling is not just a financial issue. It's an emotional problem with financial consequences. If your loved one is struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300.
Tune in every Wednesday night from 9 to 10 p.m. for the Malone Radio Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Don't miss the opportunity to learn about the Malone Community Center's goal to eliminate multi-generational poverty in Lincoln and the surrounding area. It's the Malone Radio Show with Executive Director John Goodwin and Sports Director Mike Hunter every Wednesday night from 9 to 10 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Get ready, Husker fans. The Big Red Preview is coming soon. Join us Saturday night, August 3rd, for an exclusive look at your Nebraska football team in action. Experience the excitement, the energy, the sights and sounds of a game day as the 2024 football season kicks off. Visit Huskers.com/tickets and bring your family, friends, and all your Big Red pride to Memorial Stadium Saturday night, August 3rd. That's Huskers.com/tickets. Brought to you by Husker Athletics and 1890 Nebraska. Winning tradition, future success.
Liberty Law Group is committed to the defense of liberty for those accused and the pursuit of justice for those injured. Liberty Law Group's relentless trial attorneys specialize in criminal defense and personal injury law. Navigating the legal system can be stressful, overwhelming, and full of uncertainty. We believe in treating every client with respect, compassion, and understanding. When you're in need of legal assistance, trust Liberty Law Group to fight for you. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. That's 877-42-LIBERTY.
On the Block with Strick and Austin.
If it was the Big Ten and the SEC and the Big 12 and the ACC's idea to kick back to grow the game at lower levels, we wouldn't have these conversations. Right. But because the NCAA is asking them to do that, it feels like they're getting their wallet stolen, money taken out of it, and it's not their idea, so they're against it.
Yeah. Weekdays from 2 to 4 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
I'm softball player Jordy Ball, and I'm proud of my Nebraska roots, and I'm proud to be back home. And at Midwest Bank, they're proud to be your local community bank. They believe in family first, taking initiative, showing integrity, and rolling up their sleeves to support their local communities. They treat everyone like family, no matter where you're from. Whether you walk into a branch in York, Lincoln, Norfolk, or Pierce, you know you're going to be welcomed with a smile. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Old School with DP and J.
There's California money, and it's a different kind of money. Hollywood money just is spent differently because it's turned over and created so in full. And oh, by the way, it's the right kind of money when it comes to, because we're in the era now of name, image, and likeness. And the California schools have that better than everybody else.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Back with Vershawn Jackson, powered by Bauer, on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, the fastest 2 hours in radio has started. We're live at Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O. Today is National Wing Day and Buffalo and Rings 40th anniversary. To celebrate, 40% off wings, boneless and traditional wings all day, excluding smoked wings and southern fried wings. Also, 3 raffle prizes just for showing up. Coors Dartboard, 5 wings per week for a year, 10 wings per week for a year. Bach?
You go in the raffle. You're not guaranteed it because you show up.
Yeah. You got to
go
enter
in
to raffle.
Yes.
A-Mart, man. Adrian Martinez signs with the Jets, Bach.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all saw or thought after at some point that he's going to get another shot going into preseason here. If you don't know the Hall of Fame game, I mean, they're kicking it off here on Thursday. Of course,
we will be airing that.
And we will be airing that on 93.7. Very cool. But yeah, Adrian Martinez obviously coming off his MVP honors while playing with Birmingham Stallions. Won the championship, won the MVP in that game. Was just the face of the UFL this past year. Now getting a shot with the Jets. If you're looking at if he's going to necessarily make the roster or where it's going to be, here's the other quarterbacks on the roster. Aaron Rodgers obviously going to make it. Tyrod Taylor, that's a pretty darn good backup quarterback. Do you carry, generally you're going to carry 2, have a practice squad quarterback. Jordan Travis, who they drafted in the 5th round, they've said in recent days is probably not going to be able to play in preseason. They weren't expecting him to play this year at all, but they wanted to get him into some practice, but still healing from that broken leg. So he's probably somewhat out of the picture. Then you have Andrew Peasley, who is an undrafted player out of Wyoming, maybe to be that competition for Adrian Martinez, as close to maybe a practice squad spot there. But as we know, injuries, especially with Aaron Rodgers we saw last year, could elevate that pretty quickly. And then the other thing is there's going to be a lot of interest in Adrian Martinez in this preseason. And if he can play as well as he did obviously in the UFL in the preseason, against whatever competition's out there by the time he gets out there on the field, I mean, who knows? So this is the opportunity. All you can ask for is a shot. And Adrian Martinez, the way he played in the UFL, has opened up a shot for him, whether it be with the Jets or impressing with the Jets, another team, could get a look in the NFL this year.
My problem with this is that, I don't see where Adrian Martinez gets a rest at. Being started at early, February, March, go through that whole season, comes right back, probably, had a month off, then comes right back to the NFL training camps, which are hard.
Mm-hmm.
The 2 days, multi-practices, joint practices. Man, it's just like, when does his body get to heal? That's my main concern. But, I'm happy for him. I'm happy he gets that second chance. He's on a loaded Jets quarterback team, which you say that Travis is hurt, so that's a good thing for him because there's no telling when he'll be able to come back from that leg. But the only thing he can go out there is try his best and do his best and fight for a job. And I think the harder he fights, the more other teams will give him a shot if he does the right thing for the Jets.
I don't think that he's looking beyond the Jets. I don't think he's looking beyond. One, you've established yourself in the league that you're in. You're the MVP. Not an issue. Within this space, the Jets don't go and get you if there's no need. One thing they're not going to do is add to their unnecessary inventory.
Well, they dropped Ben Bryant, who is the Northwestern quarterback, too. So it's kind of a move, quarterback for a quarterback.
Right, but to understand that Tyrod Taylor is the guy, we understand that he's plan B. That's the go-to. Martinez is more like Tyrod Taylor than Peasley is.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a type, and you understand that with the blocking scheme that they use, again, you got Aaron Rodgers hurt. It has to be upgraded so that Aaron Rodgers is safe. He's your most valuable asset. That then he is a thing that is tough to defend. He gives them some advantage with additional packages they can put together. And I'm on the other side of this thing. While being worried that he's not going to recover, he's in shape. He's better now than he was 6 months ago. He literally is better now. He's playing better football. He's more in tune to his body. He's more in tune to play calling. He's more in tune to being reactionary. Who's going to look better in the first days of camp? The guy who just got done playing at an MVP level, or the guy that's been sitting around waiting for camp to happen? Amart is in a great position, great opportunity. And quite frankly, listen, I know that he's the MVP in Birmingham, but he would trade all of that for a spot on the New York Jets.
That's what I was going to ask you. Would you rather be a practice squad quarterback or a UFL MVP?
Yeah.
If you're looking for the money wise, you know, people look at different things. So if he's looking for money wise, NFL. If you're looking to build off that success you did from last year, stay in the USF. The NFL not for long.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, and it's a gamble. Because whoever won it last year, the team he was with, they selected a quarterback. I think the coach's son is the quarterback. So he has to look at that possibility. So he has to make it, you know, if you get cut, do you wait for the practice roster or do you go back to the USFL? So he's
the MVP. He was the MVP in the most important games that existed in the season. He was the best player all season long. I don't care if you brought in the coach's wife. Amart is the dude. He's the dude at that level. But it's like being the MVP of AAA baseball. You would trade that for a spot on at the bottom of the major league roster because you can always go back. Getting in is way more difficult than getting back in. I would take the opportunity, get yourself a job. All the teams that he beat last year will sign him tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, in the UFL. So I think you're right. I mean, the UFL is basically a lot of guys are there to get to the NFL. So any opportunity you get, even if it's practice squad, if it's preseason trying to fight for a spot, that's kind of what the idea is behind that league. And you're never going to overtake the NFL, but you can at least find a space there. And that's certainly what they're trying to do. All right, we got to catch up on a break. We are live from Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O. Once again, come on down. They are open now. 40% off traditional and boneless wings all day long, celebrating National Wing Day and Buffalo Wings and Rings 40th anniversary. We'll be back on the Captain on 93.7 The Ticket after this break.
Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The Electrical Workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
It's all fun and games until you're stuck with bad internet. So why leave your connection up to chance? AlloFiber is fast and keeps you on track with reliable service from real people. Because with bad internet, buffering, hidden fees, and random robots can feel like start, stop, wait, start, no wait, stop, or just switch to AlloFiber and break free from misery. Visit allofiber.com/break free to get started with AlloFiber today.
Hi, it's Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and maybe the biggest savings in the Midwest are happening right now at Koppel. When you buy a new GMC or Chevrolet anywhere else, you might be paying too much. But right now, we're going to give you over $10,000 off list or 1.9% APR on select new Chevrolets or GMCs. So please give us a shot before you buy anywhere else. Please stop in the dealership or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. Must trade and finance with approved credit.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Ironhide Construction is a Nebraska-based general contracting and steel construction firm. Their expert team is experienced in building innovative construction solutions across several industries. While they were previously known for their extensive experience in steel erection and metal buildings, they've continued to evolve over the last several years into a full-service general contracting firm. They take pride in their commitment to quality, cutting-edge technology, and having a passion for what they do. For more information about their services or to discuss an upcoming project, visit www.ironhideconstruction.com or call 402-420-4961.
Old School with DP and J.
There's California money, and it's a different kind of money. Hollywood money just is spent differently because it's turned over and created. So in full. And oh, by the way, it's the right kind of money when it comes to, because we're in the era now of name, image, and likeness. And the California schools have that better than everybody else.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
I'm softball player Jordy Ball, and I'm proud of my Nebraska roots, and I'm proud to be back home. And at Midwest Bank, they're proud to be your local community bank. They believe in family first, taking initiative, showing integrity, and rolling up their sleeves to support their local communities. They treat everyone like family, no matter where you're from. Whether you walk into a branch in York, Lincoln, Norfolk, or Pierce, you know you're going to be welcomed with a smile. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
On the Block with Strick and Austin.
If it was the Big Ten and the SEC and the Big 12 and the ACC's idea to kick back to grow the game at lower levels, we wouldn't have these conversations. But because the NCAA is asking them to do that, it feels like they're getting their wallet stolen, money taken out of it, and it's not their idea, so they're against it.
Yeah.
Weekdays from 2 to 4 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No tag-ons, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Join us on Monday, July 29th at Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O to celebrate the company's 40th anniversary. Enjoy 40% off wings all day and your favorite sports talk hosts on air from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Come hang with us for the 40th anniversary party on Monday, July 29th at the 68th and O Buffalo Wings and Rings.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels and Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels and Joe. This is 93.7 The Ticket.
Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
3-time national champion Vershawn Jackson.
Oh, got a bunch all alone is Vershawn Jackson. And Vershawn, he'll get it to the 24-yard line.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer
Terrell Farley,
defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror. Number 43.
And Jake Bakoven. Coming at you live from the Coppel Chevrolet GMC studios in the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
All right, if you in the mood for some wings, come down here to Buffalo Wings and Rings on 68th and O. We will be here from 10 to 6. Today is National Wing Day and Buffalo Wings and Rings 40th anniversary, Bob.
Yeah, absolutely. Great deal. We got raffle prizes just for showing up. You can get into the raffle. Buffalo Wings and Rings, Coors Light, dartboard, 5 wings per week for a year, 10 weeks per week for a year as well. And DP has said earlier in the day, and assigned Amon Green jersey. So lots of great prizes and just 40% off wings. That should be enough to get you down here at Buffalo Wings and Rings. Also, hey, 93.7 The Ticket's out here until 6. So you can listen to your favorite sports talk live here as well. Doors are open. It's open at 11.
Come down. I mean, listen, the Olympics are on every TV, and there's different events going on. Of course, the lead event currently is USA Women's Volleyball. And unfortunately, they are down 2-0 to China.
Yeah.
And they're going to have – I mean, now you've got to sweep 3 in a row. It's currently 18-14 USA in set number 3. But, yeah, they're going to have to rally. The women's basketball will tip off at 11:30. So we'll have some reports on that. And I have a new favorite. What the Olympics does is it gives me a new event to follow every year. And it's not on purpose, Farley, but sometimes your TV is on and it just ends up on a thing. And I'm a badminton fan, but I've never watched Olympic level badminton. And they had women's badminton doubles. And the American team was a set of twins from California. And I thought, like, you think the pickleball craze?
Oh, yeah.
If they really want to get people in shape, play doubles badminton.
Badminton's the way to go, huh?
Listen, it was faster. The only thing faster is doubles table tennis.
Oh, that's so fast.
Which, again, not sure if you're human, if you can play table tennis at the Olympic level. But, Farley, the badminton, bro, I'm not sure anybody's in better shape than they are. Like, for covering just a badminton court, but in doubles, and the shots are incredible. So, yeah, I feel like for the Winter Olympics, curling kind of steals me.
Oh, yeah.
But doubles badminton.
Yeah,
it's a thing.
It's interesting. There's been different, and they've been adding, obviously, different sports over the years. I know football's trying to make their way in, maybe with some sort of flag football. I know they're early in the 1900s, they had pistol dueling, if you can imagine. So there's been a lot of different things over the years in the Olympics. And we'll see what they
really did that.
They did. It was like it wasn't, nobody died or anything. They had rubber bullets. I don't know what it was back then, but because rubber bullets could hurt you. So I don't know exactly what they used, but it was a short time. It was a short time period.
Farley. They went, no, people are getting hurt.
We better stop.
Well, there's the thing. So they have the triathlon, and again, a third of that is swimming, and it's supposed to be in the river, except for they tested it and the river is contaminated. So they had to delay the triathlon because they couldn't allow people to get in the water because it's contaminated. And we went, what are you doing? How do you not have a backup
You
plan?
gotta have the indoor pools going somewhere.
I mean, you got to have something, but there. And then the cardboard beds. Have you seen those?
I've not seen them where they're staying.
So, Farley, imagine you going on the road as a Husker, and you go into the dorm or the hotel, and the bed in your room, you pull back the mattress, and it's a cardboard frame. It is a cardboard frame. And not only is it a cardboard frame, but it's a cardboard frame with space in it so that if two people get on it, it collapses.
Uh-oh. They're trying to limit some things there, huh?
Yeah, they're like no Olympic activity in your room.
Smart.
But you imagine having to play a football game after a night of sleeping on cardboard?
No, I just get on the floor.
Yeah,
maybe.
So they said that that of the tennis players, 10 of them, of the 10, there's only 2 left in the dorm. They just said, no, can't do it.
Yeah.
Can't do it. Won't do it. Can't do it.
Go find the Airbnbs in Paris and see what
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. That's fantastic.
So ESPN has released the top 25 college football players of the 21st century. Bill Connelly on the list. And Husker fans, you're going to like it. Number 1 on the list since the year 2000 in college football players.
I know it.
Go ahead and say it.
Tim Tebow.
No, Tim Tebow's not there.
What?
It is actually
Cam Newton.
Not Cam Newton.
Vince Young.
Not Vince Young.
No.
You guys are getting a lot of top.
Reggie Bush.
Like I said, Husker fans will like it.
Oh,
Sue.
Number 1
Tommy Frank.
on the list is Ndamukong Suh. You made me say Tommy. Ndamukong Suh, since the year 2000. And obviously, you talk to any Husker fan, it's not going to be hard to convince them. I want to ask you, DP, from the outside, you weren't in Nebraska, in Lincoln around that time. Does that feel right as somebody that watched it maybe without a cheering interest in Ndamukong Suh at Nebraska?
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. That real talk.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. And I'm not going to slight the man.
Sure, yeah. He's in the conversation, but
everybody's in the conversation. There are a lot of people in the conversation, but to say that the best college football player,
since the year 2000
in the last 24 years, to tell me that the best college football player didn't win a national title or the Heisman, when there are people who won multiples of both. No. No.
Obviously, a position it's tough to win the Heisman at, but
no, look. Here's the thing. If you told me that he was the best player in the country, sure, because there's a stretch. Reggie White didn't win a Heisman either, but quite frankly, he was that dude.
Suh won 2009 AP College Football Player.
Glover didn't win the Heisman, and nobody dominated defensively in Nebraska history like Glover, like nobody, literally nobody. So if you're going to have that discussion, I know, there are people that will get upset, but from as you asked, from the outside perspective, there are too many guys like Tebow who dominated college football at the top and had apex moments in championship situations.
Well, I think that's tough, though. I mean, if Tim Tebow played on Nebraska, and then I don't know if you would have made that was part of the 2009 struggle, was that the offense was so bad at generating points and getting that the defense, you felt bad for him half the time. But I do think sometimes that from the national perspective, that Texas game, as dominant as it was, I think that makes you think that he was that dominant all year round. And while he was dominant, he wasn't that dominant. Otherwise, his numbers would have been crazy. So they do have Ndamukong Suh at number 1. They have Baker Mayfield at number 2. Number 3, Cam Newton, of course, just 1 year in college football. Heck of a year for him. Number 4, Vince Young. And number 5, Ed Reed. That rounds out their top 5. I can go all the way down to top 25.
Yeah, keep going. Because just to me, they're missing layups. I want to know who was on the poll.
This is ESPN, like I said.
But who from ESPN?
Yes, Bill Connolly is at least wrote the article.
But I would take Ed Reed out and put what's his name in there, the safety from Washington,
Sean Taylor,
over Ed Reed.
Yeah, one and the same for the amount of work done in college. And again, did you dominate football so much? I always go back to this. Can you tell the story of college football in the 2000s without talking about Ndamukong Suh? And you can. You can literally tell the story of the 25 seasons of college football and not mention Ndamukong Suh. And if you do mention it, it is in passing that here's a moment. He had a moment or two moments in that season in a big game against Texas. But the reality is, compared to the 12 Tebow moments, the locker room speech, all of the primetime games where you were the story, and then the repeat performance the year after you're being tracked. The same. I mean, Reggie. What year was Reggie Bush?
He's 05. 05 was
right.
his Heisman.
So you're going to tell me that Ndamukong Suh had a better college career than Reggie Bush and USC? Really? That's the hill we're going to go on.
Well, it's tough for defensive players. If you just look, quarterbacks are going to make a big majority of this list. They get a lot of credit.
We don't make the rules. like we can't just all of a sudden, he was a defensive player and he deserves better credit. No, be better. Like there are guys. I mean, Charles Woodson wasn't the best defensive player. He just had the biggest moments in the season.
Mm. And he predates this list.
Right? I mean, that there are guys to tell me that nobody defensively, that Aaron Donald's defensive career at Pittsburgh wasn't on par with Ndamukong Suh's. No, they're on par, which means they're both in the conversation. But to say he's the best, he had the best college career in the last 25 years, miss me, man.
This is not a Husker list. Again, this is national. This is ESPN. So we hear DP's vote. It would not go that way. Let's continue with the list. Number 6, they have Tim Tebow. Number 7, Reggie Bush, some of the guys you were naming. Number 8, Bryant McKinney, the offensive tackle from Miami. Number 9, Joe Burrow. And it's interesting, Joe Burrow could have an argument along with Cam Newton as the, single season. If you're just doing one season, maybe the best season of anybody on this list. But he's at number 9. Number 10, they have Larry Fitzgerald. Number 11, underrated, Terrell Suggs, who had like 23 sacks in 1 year. Still holds the record for that. Number 12, Joe Thomas from Wisconsin. Number 13, Khalil Mack from Buffalo. Number 14 is where they do have Aaron Donald. Number 15, David Pollock at Georgia. Once again, this top 25 college football players since the year 2000 by ESPN. Number 16, they have Deshaun Watson. Number 17, Roy Williams, the safety out of Oklahoma back in the early 2000s. Number 18, Kyler Murray. Number 19, Devontae Smith. Number 20, Lamar Jackson, running through some Heisman Trophy winners there. Number 21, Justin Blackman. Number 22, Will Anderson. Number 23, the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. Number 24, Julius Peppers at North Carolina. And number 25, Jonathan Taylor at Wisconsin. Those who just missed the cut include Michael Crabtree, Dwight Freeney, Robert Gallery, RG3, Calvin Johnson, Derek Johnson, Luke Kuechly, Trevor Lawrence, Marcus Mariota, and Christian McCaffrey.
You really so there are humans that exist that can tell me that Lamar Jackson's career at Louisville was not on par with Ndamukong Suh's at Nebraska? Are we what? What are we,
or Baker Mayfield?
Like, really?
Did Baker win a national title?
Baker did not win a national title, but he did put up crazy numbers, and he's that.
You don't think
2,
Lamar put up crazy numbers, Russia?
If you were saying best player, okay, listen, based on what? What did Sue and again I'm open to it. No Trevor Lawrence. Again, another one for the conversation. Who had a better career, better season, a better production? Is best player production? Is it how you're scouted? Is it how you're defended? Is it how you're blocked? Is it how you're attacked? What is it? To tell me that Ndamukong Suh in his career at Nebraska did a thing. We can put his numbers next to Aaron Donald's numbers.
Mm-hmm.
The numbers tell us an absolute truth. Not how you feel about it, but what the actual number. 23 sacks in a season?
It's Terrell Suggs, yeah.
I mean, Suggs, no, we hadn't even gotten to Suggs.
Yeah.
And Suggs is where on the list? The back 15? Stop tripping. I'm a fan, but no, the best player in the last 25 years, college player. Come on, man.
Well, who would you go with? Who I mean, we went through this
It's
list.
Tebow, and I don't know why we're having it's Tebow.
He did not win his senior year. I think that probably hurt the championship, but 12-2 is pretty darn good.
If that is the flaw, if that is the one chink in the armor for Tim Tebow, right off the previous 2 years, and the Heisman, and the production, and
I'm just saying, if he would have won, then you wouldn't have an argument. Then Tebow
there's
would be
no
the greatest of all
argument
time.
now. He has things that Sue never got while he was in college.
I don't know if he's as dominant as from his quarterback position as Sue was from his defensive tackle position.
Fuck, there's no truth in that. There's zero truth in that. You had one game that you bring up about Ndamukong Suh. Give me 3 Ndamukong Suh games where he was Tim Tebow good in any one of those championship games. I'll wait.
Well, again, he doesn't have the championship moments as much because Nebraska didn't
listen,
get
man,
there.
this is a part of the
He's
best.
got his moments.
Give me his moments.
Especially in his junior year, the Colorado game. People remember that quite a bit.
What
the
do they
interception,
remember?
running over Cody Hawkins.
Okay, so there's a moment.
He was pretty disruptive against Clemson.
He
You
was
could tell if he was
so
coming
now
back his senior year.
disruptive is the measure.
Well, I mean, when you watched it, you were saying that is a man amongst boys. And that's where Sue had a lot of arguments. Of course, I said it from the beginning. I think that Texas game certainly helps him in the national media's eyes because that was as dominating of a game from a defensive tackle as many have seen for quite some time.
It is the touchdown. So DP is using team accolades for individual awards. Football's a team game. We're not talking about boxing or wrestling. We're talking about a team game. We're talking about football. We're talking about football. And to tell me that through any metrics at all that you can put, make it tangible for me, that Tim Tebow in his career, I watched Lamar Jackson at Louisville change college football. Listen, you can't tell me that Sue's 2 years were better than RG3's 2 years. You can't even argue that.
I think part of it too might be, is that you can name again several quarterbacks that had magical years and helped their teams. Like Lamar Jackson and RG3 kind of stick out to me because they had 9 or 10 win teams, but they were just absolutely magical. And I know you're going to already argue this with Aaron Donald, and I would agree with you because Aaron Donald's one of the greatest in the NFL and underrated Pitt career at college. But I think maybe the fact that you have a bunch of quarterbacks in there might be, it can be kind of tough because then you get too quarterback oriented. It might kind of take away Lamar Jackson from, to separate him from RG3.
Farley, who has more impact on any football game ever played, the defensive tackle or the quarterback?
Quarterback.
Game, set, match. Listen, I'm not going to placate this to Nebraska, Isaac. It doesn't make sense.
But the best defenders on this list, the Terrell Suggs and Ndamukong Suhs, the Aaron Donalds, they didn't have enough help on their team
Suggs
to get them
20. How many sacks did Suh have in his career at Nebraska?
I have to look it up. It was like 12 and a half that final season, though.
Suggs had 23 in 1 year in the same caliber of talent, same caliber of competition. I'm not going to degrade Terrell Farley's Hall of Fame career by saying that it's the same as somebody else who didn't accomplish, didn't lead, that Farley's his plays led his team to higher levels than Suh did. Big plays in big moments, we can check the box on Terrell Farley, right? We literally can go through and go, you know what? Farley was such a unique talent at the University of Nebraska that they still haven't found a replacement for what he did on the football field. And the same could be said for Suh, but we're not putting them in the same conversation as Tommy Frazier, Eric Crouch. We're not.
Suh's pretty much in that conversation.
For who?
For most Nebraska, if you ask, again, this is not who's the best quarterback, but who's the best player. I think most people would go with Tommy Frazier first, but I mean, I think Suh is considered a top 5 player in Nebraska all time.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have 3 Heisman Trophy winners, right? And then how many other player of the year?
Well, again, Suh won the AP Player of the Year that year.
Okay. So would you put him above Lawrence Phillips?
Lawrence Phillips has a tough discussion whenever, as far as missing half the season, that doesn't help.
He missed half a season. What did he do in the rest of his career? The greatest numbers ever put up in a critical mass point in Nebraska football.
I mean, his numbers were never outstanding compared to today's numbers because he was taken out of the game at halftime after time.
His yards per carry. Amon Green. Where would you put Amon Green in this conversation?
Yeah.
Are you telling me that Ndamukong Suh had a better college career than Amon Green?
I always wish Amon would have came back for a senior year.
Here's the thing.
But you really like the team accomplishments.
I see what you're saying, but if I had to rank top 5 or top 10 players at Nebraska, I go with Tommy 1, and I probably would go Suh in the top 5.
I'm not debating that he
could
could be in the top 5.
I got to put him in the top 3.
And I'm all for it. I'm all for that. But I still in full have and again, I'm happy for him. Bravo, Nebraska. Bravo, Ndamukong Suh. Well done. But to tell me that the best college football player to exist in the last 25 years is Ndamukong Suh, I'm not buying.
Well, there you have it. There's DP's opinion. It is not a Huskers site. Again, you could think that maybe we are. This is ESPN's ranking of top 25 players of the last since the year 2000, and Dominic Sue is number one. All right, we are live from Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O. This is the captain. Today, 40% off traditional and boneless wings. So come join us. We'll be out here until 6 p.m., and we'll be right back after this break.
Join us on Monday, July 29th at Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O to celebrate the company's 40th anniversary. Enjoy 40% off wings all day and your favorite sports talk hosts on air from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Come hang with us for the 40th anniversary party on Monday, July 29th at the 68th and O Buffalo Wings and Rings.
Ready to score big with your projects? Look no further than Edward Stone, the MVP of natural stone for over 2 decades. Edward Stone is cranking out over 30,000 square feet every week and offers a winning lineup of over 70 quality natural veneer stone selections. Their unbeatable variety and experienced team will ensure your project is a success, whether it's a home renovation or a commercial build. And hey, they're not just about stone. They've got an all-star lineup of fireplaces, cast stone, brick, and much more. Swing by one of their locations in Lincoln or Omaha today and experience the Edward Stone difference, your reliable choice for over 20 years.
Get ready, Husker fans. The Big Red Preview is coming soon. Join us Saturday night, August 3rd, for an exclusive look at your Nebraska football team in action. Experience the excitement, the energy, the sights and sounds of a game day as the 2024 football season kicks off. Visit Huskers.com/tickets and bring your family, friends, and all your Big Red pride to Memorial Stadium, Saturday night, August 3rd. That's Huskers.com/tickets. Brought to you by Husker Athletics and 1890 Nebraska. Winning tradition, future success.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats. Dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people. Small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Liberty Law Group is committed to the defense of liberty for those accused and the pursuit of justice for those injured. Liberty Law Group's relentless trial attorneys specialize in criminal defense and personal injury law. Navigating the legal system can be stressful, overwhelming, and full of uncertainty. We believe in treating every client with respect, compassion, and understanding. When you're in need of legal assistance, trust Liberty Law Group to fight for you. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. That's 877-42-LIBERTY.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Old School with DP and J.
There's California money, and it's a different kind of money. Hollywood money just is spent differently because it's turned over and created so in full. And oh, by the way, it's the right kind of money when it comes to, because we're in the era now of name, image, and likeness. And the California schools have that better than everybody else.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Tune in every Wednesday night from 9 to 10 p.m. for the Malone Radio Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Don't miss the opportunity to learn about the Malone Community Center's goal to eliminate multi-generational poverty in Lincoln and the surrounding area. It's the Malone Radio Show with Executive Director John Goodwin and Sports Director Mike Hunter. Every Wednesday night from 9 to 10 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Prashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels and Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday. You lost Wednesday. You're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels and Joe. Early break with Sip and Jake.
And it's pretty much just lettuce, tomato, mayo, and bacon. I mean,
That's
you don't need to do
DLT.
much more. Yeah.
Bacon, lettuce, tomato. That's the crux.
This is groundbreaking.
That's the
Groundbreaking
crux of
stuff
the
here today
sandwich.
on the BLT.
That's the crux of it.
I never thought of it that way, but yeah, you're right.
But to have it,
What is the BLT
what's the most
stand?
important part is the bacon, the lettuce, and then the tomato.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket. Back with Vershawn Jackson, powered by Bauer on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are back here on The Captain, live from Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and 0. It is Buffalo Wings and Rings 40th anniversary, also National Wing Day, but to celebrate 40% off traditional and boneless wings all day today. And 93.7 The Ticket will be out here broadcasting until 6 p.m. So come on out, grab yourself some wings. That does exclude smoked wings and Southern fried. And we've got some of these Southern fried rings. They're definitely worth the full price because, man, are these delicious. I know they brought these into our studio maybe it was a month and a half ago, and we were just amazed. Get our second attempt at them today, and man, are they good. Also, 3 raffle prizes just for showing up. Coors Light dartboard. This is for you get obviously into the raffle to try to win these. Coors Light dartboard, 5 wings per week for a year or 10 wings per week for a year. We're also, on behalf of 93.7 The Ticket, have an Amon Green signed jersey in the raffle as well. So, I don't know. That sounds like 6-7 different reasons to come on down to Buffalo Wings and Rings and enjoy some sports talk and some wings.
We're also going to add to the pool.
Okay.
We're going to give away a 4-pack of gift cards to the mill. Come down and get coffee. Give you a 4-pack.
Sure.
We've also got some vouchers for you for lower level seats for the Salt Dogs. Right?
Nice.
We'll give away 2 sets of 4. We'll also give away 2 sets of 4 to the Raceway. Get you a corporate guest pass for Eagle Raceway.
Man, we're in a giving mood today.
Yep. So we're going to add to the pool. Come on down, get yourself raffled into this thing, and we'll take care of you.
Real quick, I did want to say there is, as far as a recruiting week, Nebraska did have a big one, and I wanted to mention this on our show. Obviously, David Sanders Jr. Had a big turnout there at the Tom Osborne complex, and it was very cool to see. Obviously, Dylan Raiola had kind of set this up through his social media, if you can believe it. Peer recruiting is a little bit different this day than maybe it was 10 or 15 years ago. But, I saw pictures of them at the top of the Capitol. Also saw competing pictures of him when he went to Tennessee, which is one of his finalists. Looked like Nebraska showed out a little bit more. I'm not sure if that's going to completely make his decision on where he's going to play his college ball, but it can't hurt. Another reminder with Sanders Jr., he will be deciding August 17th. So we're closing in here 3.5 weeks on a deciding date. He's down in Nebraska, Tennessee, Ohio State, and Georgia. And after those visits to Nebraska and Tennessee, it does feel like maybe Nebraska and Tennessee are maybe in the lead of that. But who knows? A lot of things can change by then. But this is a top prospect as far as tackles across the country. So huge recruiting buzz for Nebraska. Some of the other stuff going on, 5-star Michael Terry should be in town. At least last I heard was going to be today and tomorrow. And he's another 5-star prospect, has Oregon, Texas, and Texas A&M along with Nebraska down to his finalists there. He went to the spring game, so he's back for another visit here. They're also over the weekend got a visit from Oregon commitment Isaiah Mose, whose father was recently brought on board as far as the coaching staff goes. So some interesting moves in recruiting for Nebraska football over the weekend. Not often you can say, yeah, there's a couple 5-stars coming in a 3-4 day span.
I leave that to Farley because folks know where I am with recruiting. I think it's a tough space to be in. There's a lot of resources put after young people that you don't get, and how you utilize that is important. It's good to see what they're doing. But Farley, I'll ask you from a recruiting standpoint, especially now as you're heading into camp. It's tough to focus. It's tough to get things done.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to do this summer recruiting thing, and I think it's one of the down points, one of the down things I talk about in college football. David Sanders is a big guy. He's a, like you say, Bach said, he's a 5-star, but you still got the other good schools recruiting him. So that's one of the things that Nebraska has not going well for them, and especially if they start the season off in a bad way. It could backfire on them, but if they do start the season off 5-4-0, 3-0, it looks good for them. Good crowd was out there to cheer him on. I think that's the Nebraska way. I think that probably will sway his family to the Nebraska side. But when everything has to happen on the football field, though. So I really don't like recruiting at this period of time because you still don't know what the team look like, and you don't want to commit or give your word to a team, and you don't know what the season is going to be like.
It's for me, as you said, winning recruits.
Yeah,
winning will fix all of the recruiting issue. We have the history and tracking for that. We know that you have to be a more appealing program as far as production. Winning, it's about winning, and then money becomes the difference maker when somebody's indecisive, which I'm okay with. I'm okay with you saying, listen, I think that Nebraska can win on the level of Tennessee and Georgia. Oh, outstanding. Now you have to back it up. And remember that you're also making deals for people on a 1-year rather than a 4-year. This is not the old days of a commit and then spending all of your time the next 4 years at Nebraska. You have to get them here, and then you have to have a product so good that they stay here. When other people, because if they stay here, they get here and produce, other programs are going to come after them in the transfer portal. We know that now. So you better have a plan for 1, how to get them here, 2, how to keep them here, right?
Yeah.
And winning is the common bond denominator, the common thread for recruiting. You have to have a product worth sticking to.
Well, and getting them to stay here again, that's the new thing in college football with the open transfer rules, and that includes even your biggest recruiting wins. Obviously, no Dylan Raiola. It's great, and we're seeing him. It seems, and you don't want to start speculating or anything, but anybody from year to year could make a change, and it's so interesting because back even 10, 15 years ago, you look at recruiting classes, and it was like, man, if you can get a 50% hit rate, if you can get half these guys to be on the team, and obviously depending on whether, whatever projection they were, but to really help out the team, you're doing a pretty darn good job. Now in the modern day of college football, a 50% hit rate would be remarkable. It's going to be really tough considering, even if you do get a 50% hit rate on the guys that can play at this level, how many of them are going to be playing at your school at that level?
Well, the success will bring more eyes to your roster. It also brings more eyes from the outside looking at your town. Like that's a real thing. So it's a thing. Right? I'm glad that the 5 stars are at least coming into town. That means you're dateable, which is a bit.
Right.
Look, you can't recruit what you can't get. You can't date, and that's a real thing. I want to give an update that the women's volleyball team has won sets 3 and 4. They go to set 5 at 2 apiece in Paris. So they battle back against China after being down 2-0, and they've tied it up at 2-2 to go to set 5.
And quickly, if you've been following the Olympics as well, a couple former Husker basketball players were in action over the weekend. Unfortunately, Casey, not a whole lot of action, just 49 seconds, did not shoot, obviously did not score in a 97-77 loss to Germany. So maybe, blowout loss there, maybe get more opportunities in the next game. Jack McVay and Australian men's basketball team did win. They topped Spain 92-80 in their first game of the group phase. McVay had 13 points off the bench, adding 7 rebounds and an assist. Again, it's still kind of getting used to Jack McVay on the world level, and they signed a 2-way deal with the Rockets too. So we'll see, what the future holds for Jack McVay. Olympic-wise for the United States, they got a win 110-84 over Serbia. Steve Kerr, though, the story out of that is they chose to sit first team All-NBA player and champion Jason Tatum. He said he will return to the court on Wednesday against South Sudan. Remember, pushed the United States to the brink before LeBron James came in and played hero at the end of that game. So that will be an interesting game. But Kerr was saying it had more to do with matchups with Serbia, and now moving on to South Sudan that Tatum will play. It's kind of interesting, the different rules you have. You can only play 10 men in the 40-minute game, so there's a little bit different than what we have here in American basketball. But, man, talk about balancing egos on some of those NBA rosters. How about balancing egos on an Olympic team? I think that could be a little bit difficult.
But that's the norm, though. Like we went through, remember, I mean, look, we couldn't get right. People forget, when you get into Dream Team status, the original Dream Team didn't even bring on Isaiah Thomas. Right? And all the discussion, we're still talking about that 40 years later.
Yeah, he's still mad.
Like, still mad, right? And then on the bench, like, who was going to be the starting center on that team? And the battle of what happened. And if you're the backup point guard, wait a minute. Like, what are we even doing? And remember, one of the 10 greatest players ever played, Clyde Drexler, couldn't get on the floor. So it's not new. It's just new now.
Yeah.
It's a thing that's been dealt with before. Jason Tatum will live. He'll have his big moments in the Olympics where he'll put him in. But listen, Kevin Durant's minutes, those were the minutes.
Yeah.
Came in off the bench. They had played all that time before, all that rotation. And I said this to you yesterday, Bach. Let there be no question anymore about who the best American basketball player in the world that exists right now. It is Kevin Durant, and it's not even close. It's Kevin, it's LeBron, and then everybody else.
Those guys are aging.
Not even
but
close.
It looks that way.
He had
right
a good game. He would 8 for 8.
Yeah,
8
he
for
had a
9.
good
8
game.
for
Yeah.
9. Yeah. It's about time.
Well,
Didn't do it with Phoenix.
certainly needs some team success would help his argument at the NBA level. So we will see. But let's take a quick break. Once again, one final segment. We're live from Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and 0. We'll be out here till 6 on 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll be right back.
Prashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
What a day. I could sure use an afternoon pick-me-up. Hold up. The new 93.7 The Ticket location has a milk, coffee, and tea inside? Oh, yeah. This is a game changer.
Need an afternoon pick-me-up? How about a coffee or smoothie on your way to work? Stop by the Ticket Mill location on 1040 O Street to get your go-to drink or try out our new game day drinks exclusive to the Ticket Mill location. We know it'll make your day a million times better.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels and Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday. You lost Wednesday. You're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
Hi, it's Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and maybe the biggest savings in the Midwest are happening right now at Koppel. When you buy a new GMC or Chevrolet anywhere else, you might be paying too much. But right now, we're going to give you over $10,000 off list or 1.9% APR on select new Chevrolets or GMCs. So please give us a shot before you buy anywhere else. Please stop in the dealership or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. Must trade and finance with approved credit.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Liberty Law Group is committed to the defense of liberty for those accused and the pursuit of justice for those injured. Liberty Law Group's relentless trial attorneys specialize in criminal defense and personal injury law. Navigating the legal system can be stressful, overwhelming, and full of uncertainty. We believe in treating every client with respect, compassion, and understanding. When you're in need of legal assistance, trust Liberty Law Group to fight for you. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. That's 877-42-LIBERTY.
Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The Electrical Workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Tune in every Wednesday night from 9 to 10 p.m. for the Malone Radio Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Don't miss the opportunity to learn about the Malone Community Center's goal to eliminate multi-generational poverty in Lincoln and the surrounding area. It's the Malone Radio Show with Executive Director John Goodwin and Sports Director Mike Hunter every Wednesday night from 9 to 10 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You can help fight deadly diseases like RSV and influenza while getting paid for your time. Velocity Clinical Research is now seeking clinical trial participants in your area. Participants can receive compensation for study-related time. No health insurance is needed to join. Find a study near you at velocitytrials.com. That's velocitytrials.com.
Get ready, Husker fans. The Big Red Preview is coming soon. Join us Saturday night, August 3rd, for an exclusive look at your Nebraska football team in action. Experience the excitement, the energy, the sights and sounds of a game day as the 2024 football season kicks off. Visit Huskers.com/tickets and bring your family, friends, and all your Big Red pride to Memorial Stadium Saturday night, August 3rd. That's Huskers.com/tickets. Brought to you by Husker Athletics and 1890 Nebraska. Winning tradition, future success.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese Beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive Certified Piedmontese Beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Highball Bar in downtown Lincoln is open and located just north of 11th and O Street. Highball Bar offers a vibe and atmosphere like no other, making it the perfect place to grab a drink or beverage. Highball Bar features great events such as Karaoke Sunday, $4 Tito's on Mondays, Jack Daniel's specials on Wednesdays, and much more. Make Highball Bar your go-to spot after a hard day at work or on the weekend. Highball Bar, located at 122 North 11th Street in downtown Lincoln.
Back with Vershawn Jackson, powered by Bauer on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey, we're back, 93.7 The Ticket, live from Buffaloes and Rings, 68th and O. Today is National Wings Day and Buffalo Wings and Rings 40th anniversary. To celebrate, 40% off traditional and boneless wings all day. Also, 3 raffle prizes just for showing up. To be entered in. Coors Light dartboard, 5 wings per week for a year, 10 wings per year. Bart, Mac Brown did a quote. I was looking at this thing that Mac Brown said, and he said there have been more changes in my last 3 years than the first 47 years. The days of amateurism are gone. We are the mini NFL.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, well, I mean, he's not wrong. I mean, this was the big change that's happened. Hopefully, everybody's enjoying their video game because that's a lot of this movement for the NIL and player likeness and all that stuff has kind of made the way for that. So it's interesting. And Mac Brown, I mean, kudos to him for sticking through. We know some coaches have bowed out. We've heard coaches that are frustrated. I mean, the frustration is unifying among coaches with this new roster limitation that's set to be put in place. If you haven't heard, it sounds like they're going to get the roster limit to about 105, which will be full scholarship players, but it might eliminate the walk-ons, and many coaches are very upset about that. So it is. I mean, you're just changing a lot of the very structure of college football. You throw in the playoffs. I mean, everything about college football today is there's so much different than what many of us or any of us were growing up with, because it's just changed over the years. Now it always somewhat has, right? I mean, the way to crown champions and stuff like that, but it is quite a bit different, and it's good to see Mack Brown staying out there, because I saw another quote from him. He said, "Every coach recruiting against us says I'm going to quit, and 6 of them have been fired." Said that already. They have to be worried about themselves. So his age, people believe at some point maybe to recruit against him. He's been barking back at that, but it is certainly interesting. And also keep in mind that the Tar Heels open up the season with a road trip to take on PJ Fleck in Minnesota week 0, which I believe we might be able to broadcast that game as well.
We will have that game on the ticket. We
Yeah.
will indeed. Let me read this off. 73-74 Florida State. 75-77 Southern Mississippi. 78 Memphis State. 79 Iowa State through 81. 1982 LSU. 83 Appalachian State. 84 Oklahoma. 85-87 Tulane. 88-97 North Carolina. 98 to 2013 Texas, and then 2019 to current, presently at North Carolina. Mack Brown has always been a free agent.
He's got a long tenure at Texas. He got fired there, so he had to
Listen. Stop it. He's complaining about people having the same rights to be mobile and take the best job, while he is the king of taking new opportunity for more money. Can we?
Was he complaining? Was that the quote? Or was
Here's
it
my thing. It's changed.
just saying it's changed?
Wait a minute. It didn't exist in the previous 8 jobs of his career, and somehow he managed to make it work. I'm tired of old dudes who been getting paid based on a sport, and then getting mad because other people getting paid because of the same sport. People who are actually putting body parts at risk, their brain at risk, their bones, blood and bones. When you stand on the sideline getting paid while they bang their heads against the goalposts.
Well, again, I don't know if I'd have to go and see what the context was he's saying it, but in just the base statement that it's changed more in the last 3 years than it did the previous 30 years, it could be right or along the right lines with that.
I just gave you all the years prior to his current contract.
Mm-hmm.
Did he once say before, "Oh my goodness, boy, coaching sure has changed. College football sure has changed. It's different now"? No, bro, it was different because this is the first time you settled down and you were somewhere. This is the second time you've been somewhere for a duration. You were a gypsy. You went from place to place to place to place to place to place to another place. That business has always been the model. That's why the students are finally catching up to it. Because the grown-ups, the coaches in the room, have participated in this type of business. And in Mack Brown's case, all the way back to 1973.
Yeah.
So, hey, coach, it ain't different. It's just different for other people.
Well, like they said, the only thing you can rely on in this life is some change. So change will be coming. A couple other notes in college football before we get out of here. Kinnick Stadium over there in Iowa City has sold out for all 7 of Iowa Hawkeyes games this upcoming season, including that Nebraska one. So if you want to get a ticket, you might have to look at the secondary market. Also, Duke's Wallace Wade Stadium to introduce Devil's Deck, which is reducing capacity by 5,000, but that's okay because Duke has a trouble really getting about 20,000 in the 40,000 capacity seat or stadium. Devil's Deck, it has all-you-can-eat tailgate food, non-alcoholic beverages, yard games, and a game DJ. Once again, despite 9 and 8 wins the last couple of years, Wallace Wade Stadium has been hovering around 24,000 of their 40,000 capacity there. With something like that at Memorial Stadium, this sounds like something you would do if you need people to get in, but Memorial Stadium doesn't necessarily need that. Would you be interested in yard games, a DJ? Does that help you get you to the Duke game?
Farley, does Georgia need a DJ?
No.
Alabama need a DJ?
No.
Okay.
I like to my personal stuff. I like to focus on football when I go to a football game, but that's not everybody, I guess.
Yeah, I don't want to hear a DJ. I don't want to eat food during the game.
Like when is it? Like I don't know. Like I mean, yeah, timeouts. I mean, and the young folks. Nick was actually talking about that. Yeah, for the young folks, for the students, the DJ aspect would added entertainment value. Okay, fine. During timeouts, be more interactive, right? More party, more hype. But I still haven't landed firmly on what is the priority and focus. Who is it for? Is Husker football at Memorial Day, game day, is it for the student or is it for the people who write the big checks?
The students. For the fans.
Like, but
if you have a bigger check, then also for you, then more so for you.
I mean, I understand the big check part, but is that?
I'm with you, Farley.
What are they winning for spending that money? What are they winning?
I'm trying to understand, bro.
You know,
like
it's more better for the fans or the college students who go through the things they go through to sit in that part where they sit at.
Well, the old heads already had their college experience.
Yeah.
Like you had your time where you were in the student section and it was about you. But to renovate the stadium to make it better for students, the old heads have to write big checks. They have to write big checks. And they've invested in the program. Some of those ticket holders, 40, 50, 60 years of coming to Memorial Stadium writing checks to watch the Huskers play.
Well, it should also be noted, and I'm not anti-student, so don't get me wrong, but that is the one section that does get a little bit thin when the game gets out of hand, a little bit thin if the team isn't as good. So, you have to kind of be careful about the placement there. I know a lot of people would like the students to be moved around, but if you move them closer, more gaps can be more visible on TV. So there's a lot of things to kind of consider, but certainly it is a special part of any student's career to sit in the football stadium and cheer on.
Farley, as a player, where did you want the students, the Husker students? Where did you want them in the stadium?
Right where they at now. It doesn't matter to me. Just somewhere.
Would you have had a better time if they were right behind the bench?
Probably in the end zone. Probably one of the end zones.
That's what they're trying to consider.
Yeah. So we'll see. Certainly changes to Memorial Stadium.
Putting them off on the side right there, that little angle.
Yeah.
They got them at. I would use a whole end zone of the opposite side of where we gonna be at every time.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. There's some deep stuff in there.
There's a lot of kicks there, Bob.
Yeah, man.
That's right.
Yeah, man.
We are live from Buffalo Wings and Rings as we wrap things up here on the Captain, but plenty more to come, including one-on-one with DP coming up next year. But the ticket will be out here until 6 o'clock. You're going to want to come out and join us as well. Today is National Wing Day and Buffalo Wings and Rings 40th anniversary to celebrate 40% off traditional and boneless wings all day today, excluding smoked wings and Southern Fried. Also, raffle prizes, Coors Light dartboard, 5 wings per week for a year, 10 wings per week for a year, all up for grabs. All you have to do is come in and enter the raffle, and you may win. We went off, I can't name them all because there's other prizes to win as well that DP threw out there, including a Amon Green signed jersey and stuff, possibilities, tickets from the Salt Dogs. We've got the mill money, so plenty to come down here for, plenty of reasons to, if traditional wings, boneless wings isn't enough, 40% off them. So that'll wrap it up for the Captain today. Stay tuned. Plenty more coming from the ticket from Buffalo Wings and Rings on 93.7 The Ticket.